Thousands of protesters are rallying in Lebanon against US recognition of Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. Mass demonstrations were called by Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah. It follows violent confrontations in Beirut on Sunday between protesters and security forces near the US embassy.
We are all in this war. We have all experienced this, our brothers in Gaza. Any demonstrations, no matter how big or small, only give more resistance and will make us feel that we are not alone. The American-Israeli resolution, which is supported by some Arab countries, the aim of it to clear the Palestinian cause, that's the danger that the Palestinian people face. We should confront it. The nation as a whole should confront this dangerous American project and try to impose a solution for the Palestinian people.
Well, let's go live to Zaina Hodder, who's for us in Beirut. How much is this Hezbollah making the most also of Trump's problem in the region, Zaina?
Well, undoubtedly, Trump's decision in one way or the other is serving Hezbollah's interest. Why? Hezbollah has really long championed the Palestinian cause as its own ever since its inception. But as of late, in the past few years, Hezbollah has lost a lot of popularity in the Arab world. It was once seen as a resistance movement. It stood up against Israel. It supports the Palestinian cause. But like I mentioned a few years ago, it intervened militarily in Syria, and that has had really a backlash in the region. Its opponents saying it's a sectarian militia and that it's Iran's arm in the region. It's serving Iran's interest. Nasrallah saying that the turmoil since 2011, of course that means the Arab Spring, was a result of an American conspiracy, and the aim was to eradicate Palestinian rights and to make sure that the Palestinian never gets their rights back. So almost trying to justify why he decided to join the fight in Syria, saying that in one way or the other it was linked to Israel. So Nasrallah trying to make, gain political capital, if you like, from Trump's decision to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel.
Do you get the sense momentum is growing around this? Should the US be worried?
Well, he did call for protests to continue, and protests have continued. But this is not the first time we've seen anti-Israeli, anti-American sentiment in the region. This is not the first time the United States has been accused of being biased towards Israel. The question is what will happen next? Like someone like Nasrallah, who believes in the armed struggle, the Palestinian group like Hamas, which also believes in the armed struggle, they're calling on the Palestinian Authority to end all forms of negotiations. Now, whether that will happen, it's too early to say. But clearly, Hezbollah saying now that the resistance axis, what he calls the resistance axis, needs to unite and come up with a strategy to confront Israel. But he really was very careful in his speech. He didn't say what is the strategy. He didn't say what Hezbollah's action is going to take, because that is going to have a domestic backlash in Lebanon. Its opponents will say, well, it's not up to you to declare war or peace. So Hezbollah is in a very difficult position, but clearly the voices who have been calling for an armed struggle are becoming louder, and they have been strengthened by Trump's decision.
Many thanks, Zaina Hodder, there bringing us the very latest on the ground from Beirut.